Hey guys, Ben Williamson here from InvestorHub. Talking now with regards to the ASX on announcements. So, what are announcements and how do they work? Announcements are the way that listed companies communicate officially with the market. So, when a company has news flow that is deemed to be either compliance required or useful to investors to make a fully informed decision on whether to buy, hold, sell stock, they need to release that information through the ASX announcements platform. So that goes out, and once that is submitted and published by the ASX, the company is deemed to be fully disclosed to the market, so fully cleansed of that information. That's a really important tool for ASX companies for a couple of reasons. One, as I said before, if you are a publicly unlisted company, you still have these similar requirements, but without the tool of ASX announcements to have as that cleansing mechanism. So that's great. Two, whilst the ASX is at pains to say it's not marketing, it's a great tool to market the product, right? It goes out everywhere. Everywhere has access to that ASX announcement. People have to look for it for sure, right? Or if you're on a watch list of an investor, they will get an alert that you've put out this ASX release. So you're able to get much better penetration to investors than you are emailing, right? Than you are sending a letter. It's timely, it's there, it's at the point of decision. Most people, I think it's like 6 out of 7 investors, look at stocks on their trading app or research site. So they're in the process of making a decision to invest or not. And you're getting in their inbox, essentially, like opened up with the alert at the point of decision. So that's how the ASX announcements go from the company through to the ASX platform. So companies submit it on the ASX platform. They choose when they're submitting it the type of announcement it is. And there's like 100 types. There's a crazy number of types, but they choose the type of announcement it is, which adds some other aspects around filtering and sorting for some investors and for platforms like ours. But they do that. They submit it. ASX may or may not review it. They then publish it. Once it's published, it just goes out in APIs to everyone. CommSec isn't adding these things manually, as an example. And then end investors can pull them in. The important thing to know as well, how these announcements get distributed. Like, people bringing in the APIs typically have one of 3 levels of access. Level 3 is end of day data, so they get the information at the end of the day, not more frequently. Level 2, which is like the most common for research style sites, is 20-minute delayed data. And these things, so if you're a site that's providing insights, like you think a Market Index, Simply Wall Street, etc., they'll be providing 20-minute delay announcements. And these aren't cheap contracts, right? Like, you might be spending 40 to 80 grand to get ASX announcements on a 20-minute delay. But that's the standard process by which those sites get it. And then if you look at your broker sites, so your CommSec, your NavTrade, your CMC Markets, Bell Potter Direct, etc., or you look at your Iris platforms, your Bloomberg platforms, etc., they're getting these live, so no delay. They're paying a different rate. It's kind of like a agreed rate with the ASX, and it's usually on a per user basis. So CommSec's probably paying for you to get access to those announcements on an individual basis, such that then that incentivizes you to buy and sell stock, and then they make money on the trade. We're getting a bit long away. But that's how it kind of all flows through. Company has news, writes up the announcement, submits it to the ASX on the ASX platform. The ASX may choose to review it or not, or it might automatically go through. Once it goes through, it's approved and submitted through the ASX announcement platform. The company is considered fully disclosed or cleansed in the market. Investors will get that information either through email alerts on watch lists, if they go looking for it, if there's trending information, etc. They see that PDF. That PDF cannot be altered by any of those any of those platforms. So CommSec can't alter your ASX release. It's a formal disclosure document, which is great, gives you full control over what people are seeing. That's also how you can put links in those announcements, like our clients do, to refer them back to your own website, which is great, which you're allowed to do, and it really captures that news. I'm getting too far away, but great tool for exposure to investors, really underutilized in my opinion, and great distribution. But that's how it flows from the company to the ASX, to platforms, to investors.